So in this video, we are going to learn how to automate blog generation for months. Now, if you're a blogger, this automation is going to help you a lot. So using this automation, just by adding the title, the topic of the blog in your Google spreadsheet, you can automate the process of generating the blog content and posting it on WordPress. So this automation will be triggered every day, and every day, whatever date we have entered in our Google spreadsheet in front of a topic, we are going to get the blog topic, the title of the blog for that from the Google Sheet. And after getting the topic of the blog, using AI platform like OpenAI, we are going to generate the content and image for that blog as well. And after generating the content and image, we are going to post that same blog on WordPress or Blogger or any other platform of your choice. Now, if you want to learn how you can set up this kind of automation to automate the blog generation process or blog posting process, for that you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, this is my Google spreadsheet in which I have added the titles of the blog for the whole month. So we have the date, that on what date, what topic of blog we want to post on our WordPress site. And the blogs which we are going to post, in those blogs, we are also going to add some AI generated image. So I have added additional column of image prompts as well to generate the image and add them into a WordPress blog. Now what do we want? That every day automatically the topic of the blog for that date should be picked, and using AI platforms like OpenAI and ChatGPT, we are going to generate the blog content and we are going to generate the image for that blog as well. And automatically with the AI generated content and the image, the blog should be posted on my WordPress site. Now to do this, we have to connect all of these applications. We have to connect Google Sheets so that we can get the topic for that date, for today's date or the current date. Then we have to connect OpenAI or ChatGPT to generate the content and images. And after doing that, we have to connect WordPress to post that blog on WordPress as well. And to do this, to connect all of these applications, we are going to use an automation and integration platform called Pabbly Connect. Now to access Pabbly Connect, just go to your browser and search for Pabbly, pabbly.com/connect. Now here you can see we have reached to landing page of Pabbly Connect, and here you can see two options. First one is sign in and second one is sign up free. Now if you are new to Pabbly, just click on this sign up free button and you can set up your free Pabbly account in just 2 minutes. Or if you are an existing Pabbly user, just click on sign in and sign in to your own Pabbly account. After signing in, you will reach to this all apps page of Pabbly. Here you just have to click on access now below Pabbly Connect. After clicking on access now, we will reach to Pabbly Connect's dashboard. And after reaching to this dashboard, we have to create an automation workflow over here. For that, just click on create workflow button and give this workflow a name. Let's say I would like to name it as blog posting automation. You can basically give any other name of your choice. Then just select the folder of your Pabbly Connect account in which you want to create this automation and click on create. Now as you click on create, here you can see the workflow is open in front of us. And in this workflow, you can see two different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with our trigger window. Now the idea here is, first we have to ensure that this automation workflow should be triggered every single day. So we have added the blog content for every day for the whole month, for next 30 days. Now what do we want? Every day this automation workflow should start and should get the topic or the title of the blog for that particular date. So what we are going to do, in this trigger step, we are going to use a feature, a module of Pabbly Connect called Schedule by Pabbly. So by selecting Schedule by Pabbly, we are going to ensure that this automation workflow should be triggered every day at the same time. After selecting Schedule by Pabbly, here it is asking us how often you want to run your workflow. And in the drop down, you can see we have various options. Now because we want to trigger our automation workflow every day, so we are going to select every day over here. Then it is asking us for the time, that every day at what time the automation workflow should be triggered. So here I'm going to select a time as, for example, 10 a.m. So I'm going to select the time of 10 a.m. that every day at 10 a.m. this automation workflow should trigger and click on save. So as we click on save, here you can see our automation workflow is successfully scheduled to be triggered every day at 10 a.m. Now after triggering the automation workflow, what do we want to do? We want to get the topic of the blog and the image from the Google Sheet of that particular date. So before doing that, first we have to add the current date, the date at which this automation workflow will be executed. We want to add that particular date over here. For that, we'll just come to this action step and we are going to use another feature of Pabbly Connect called date time formatter. So here we are going to just search for date time formatter and just select it. After selecting date time formatter, in action event from this drop down, select the action event as current date and then just click on connect. After clicking on connect, the only thing it asks us is the basic format, that in which particular format we want the date and time to be. So here what you are going to do, you are going to select the same format of date which you have entered in your Google spreadsheet. Like I have the format of year, month and day, so I'm going to select that same format of year, month and day over here. And then just click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you can see we have received the current date, basically today's date in our automation workflow. And on the basis of today's date, we want to search for or we want to get the topic of the blog from Google spreadsheet. So this is what we are going to do in the next step. Just click on this add action step button over here and then here in choose app, because we want to search for the data or the topic of the blog from Google Sheets, we will search for Google Sheets. Just select it. After selecting Google Sheets, in action event from the drop down, select the action event as lookup spreadsheet row and we are going to use the latest version v2. Then just click on connect and select add new connection. Now here we have to connect our Google Sheets account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, just click on this sign in with Google button. Now here in this pop-up box, just select your Google Sheets account. After selecting the account, just scroll down and click on continue. And as we click on continue, we will see our Google Sheets account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is to select the spreadsheet. So in this drop-down, you can see a list of all the spreadsheets which we have in our Google Sheets account. Out of all of this, in which particular spreadsheet you have added the topics of your blogs, you have to select that. So the name of my spreadsheet is topics for blog. So here in Pabbly Connect workflow from the drop-down, I'm going to select that spreadsheet. After selecting the spreadsheet, it is asking us for the sheet. So it is most likely possible that in your Google spreadsheet, you might have added multiple sheets over here. So the data in which sheet we want to search for, the topic of blogs, in which sheet we want to search for, we have to select that. Right now in this Google spreadsheet, I have only one sheet named as sheet 1. That's why by default, in this dropdown, you can see we have only one sheet as sheet 1 and we are going to select that. Then it is asking us for the lookup value, that what is the value we are searching for. So we are searching for date. We want to get the topic or the title of the blog on the basis of the date which we have added in the Google Sheet. So we are going to map the response of date which we have received in the previous step from datetime formatter. So using datetime formatter, we have added the current date, the date on which this automation workflow will execute. Over here, we have received it. And we are going to map the same date over here so that using this date, we can search the topic of the blog for today. And the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and here in this drop down, you can see a list of all the responses from previous 2 steps. Out of all of this, from datetime formatter responses, select and map the response of date over here. Then it is asking us lookup column, that in this sheet, in which particular column we want to search for the data. So we have the date in column A, so we are going to select column A as our lookup column. Then it is asking us end column data, that the data till which column we want to receive inside Pabbly Connect. So I have the data till column D because in column E, we are going to upload the blog URL at the last of this automation after posting the blog on WordPress. So I'm going to select the end column as column D. Then it is asking us lookup as date. So yes, we are searching for date. We are going to select yes. Then it is asking us use sheet headers as key in response. So yes, we want to use these headers as response. So we have selected yes. And then it is asking us sort rows. So do you want to search for the data from the top or from the bottom? So we want to search for the data from the top. So we have selected it and click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you can see the data of the same row which will be having today's date. Like we have today's date as 12th of April. The data of this row will be received inside Pabbly Connect. And yes, here in our Pabbly Connect workflow, in this response, you can see we have the same data. You have the same data over here. Then here you can see we have the same title of the blog. Then you can see that we have the same image prompt and also the category. And we have the row index as well. That is row number 2. We have received the data of row number 2. This means we are having the date or the topic of the blog for 12th of April in row number 2, as you can see in the Google Sheet. So in this way, we have successfully received the topic of today's blog from Google Spreadsheet. Now what we want to do, we want to generate the image and the blog content. But before generating the blog content, we are going to generate the image over here. And to generate the image, we are going to use OpenAI's DALL-E. So for that, just click on this Add Action Step button, and then here in Choose App, search for OpenAI. Just select it. After selecting OpenAI in action event from the drop-down, select the action event as Generate Image, DALL-E. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here we have to connect our OpenAI account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the API key of our OpenAI account. Now you must be thinking how you can get this API key. So to get it, just go to your OpenAI account and from the left sidebar, go to this API keys section. Here you can see a list of all the API keys which you have generated. And to create a new one, click on this Create New Secret Key button and give this key a name. Let's say I'll name it as Pabbly, and then just click on this Create Secret Key button. After that, here it is going to ask us for verification. So I'll just do the verification over here as it has asked us. And after doing the verification, the API key will be generated. And the verification is completed. So just now here you can see we have generated an API key in our OpenAI account. We will just copy this key from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. And after that, let's click on Save. Now as we click on Save, here you can see our OpenAI account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. And after making the connection, the first thing it asks us is the model. So in this dropdown, you can see two options of DALL-E's model, DALL-E 2 and DALL-E 3. And we are going to use DALL-E 3 to generate the image. After selecting the model, it is asking us for the prompt. That what is the image prompt we want to give to DALL-E to generate the image. Generate an image of, and then the image prompt which we have entered in our Google spreadsheet, we are going to map that same image prompt over here. And the process of mapping stays the same. Just click here. From the drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Google Sheets for that date. So from these responses, let's select the response of image prompt and map it over here. Generate an image of a clock with money flowing out of it for a blog which has a title. And then here I'm going to mention the title of the blog for which we are generating the image. So this is my complete prompt I'm going to give to DALL-E. Generate an image of a clock with money flowing out of it for a blog which has a title, 5 ways Pabbly Connect can boost your business efficiency. You can basically give any other image prompt of your choice and map the image prompt from Google Sheet itself. You can directly just map this much amount of image prompt over here in your Pabbly Connect workflow. But just to make it even better, I have added this prompt over here. Then after giving the prompt, it is asking us number of images to be generated. So I only want to generate one image for a blog, so I'm going to enter only one over here. Then it is asking us for the size. So from the drop down, you can select the desired size of your image. I want 1792 x 1024p over here. Then it is asking us for the quality. So I'm going to select HD quality and then in style. So in style, I'm not going to mention anything. But if you want, you can mention what style of image you want DALL-E to generate for the prompt which you have given. After entering these details, let's click on Save and Send Test Request. And as we click on Save and Send Test Request, you will see within few seconds, we are going to receive some response over here. And yes, here you can see we have received the response. In this response, we have the timestamp that at what date and time this particular image was generated. Then we have the revised prompt from DALL-E for the image they have generated. And we have the image URL. We will just copy this image URL from here and paste it in a new tab. And here you can see we have an image generated by DALL-E for the same prompt which we have given. So we have given the prompt as generate an image of a clock with money flowing out of it for a blog which has a title, this title. And here you can see this is the image which is generated by DALL-E, and it's a pretty nice image. So we have successfully generated the image for our blog as well. Now in the next step, we are going to generate the actual blog content using OpenAI or ChatGPT 2. For that, let's scroll down. Once again, click on this Add Action Step button over here. And then here in Choose App, we are going to search for OpenAI. Just select it. After selecting OpenAI, this time in Action Event from the drop-down, we are going to select the action event as ChatGPT. Then just click on Connect. And because we have connected our OpenAI account with Pabbly Connect in the previous step, we don't have to make a new connection over here. You can select the existing connection and click on Save. And as we click on save, you will see once again our OpenAI account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making the connection, the first thing it asks us is to select the AI model. So in the drop down here, you can see a list of different AI models which we have over here. Out of all of this, which AI model you want to use to generate the blog content? You have to select that. Let's say I'm going to use GPT-4 1106 preview, this particular model to generate the content. You can select GPT-4 and any other model of your choice. Then it is asking us for the prompt, that what is the prompt we want to give to ChatGPT to OpenAI. So let's say I want my prompt to be write an engaging blog on, and then we are going to mention that blog title which we have received from Google Sheets. So what we are going to do from the drop down from Google Sheet responses, we are going to select the response of blog title and map it over here. Write an engaging blog on this title, 5 ways Pabbly Connect can boost your business efficiency, and add this image to it. So here what we are going to do, the image which was generated using DALL-E in the previous step, we are going to map the link of the same image in this same prompt too. So that the blog which we are generating, it already had the image which we are sending, which we want to add in it. So from the drop down from OpenAI responses, we are going to map the response of the URL of the image which it has generated. Then I want my prompt to be this. So this is the prompt which I have added. Make sure that the image will insert after first paragraph. Please use the HTML tag for the proper formatting of this article, as I'm going to publish this article on WordPress website. Do not use HTML body, only use the proper HTML tag for the formatting. And do not include the title of the blog as the heading to start, just write the actual content and use HTML tag for proper formatting. So I've specifically given emphasis on using HTML tag for the proper formatting of the blog, because usually when we generate some content using AI and post it on WordPress directly, it lacks formatting. And that is the actual reason that a lot of AI generated content does not appear good on your blogs or websites. So that's why I've given this prompt like this. You can basically give any prompt to OpenAI, to ChatGPT as per your choice. Just map the image URL and the title of the blog from the Google Sheet responses and OpenAI responses. After mapping the topic and the image URL and giving the prompt, let's click on Save and Send Test Request. And after clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we have received some response over here. And in this response, you can see we have the message content, we have the actual blog content. So using OpenAI or ChatGPT, here you can see we have generated the complete blog. And in this blog, you can see it has added some HTML tags for proper formatting. Also, the image which we have generated using DALL-E, we have added the same image in this blog as well. And also you can see we have some more HTML tag for the formatting too. In this way, using OpenAI, we have generated the image for the blog and also the actual blog content with that image too. Now, after generating this blog content, what we have to do, we just have to post this content on our WordPress site. For that, we will just scroll down and click on this Add Action Step button over here. And then here in Choose App, we will search for WordPress. Just select it. After selecting WordPress, in Action Event from the drop down, select the action event as Create a Post. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here we have to connect our WordPress account, our WordPress site with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the username or email of our WordPress account, the password, and also the base URL. Now you must be thinking how you can get all of these details. So you must be having the credentials of your WordPress account, the username and password. So just enter it over here, and to enter the base URL, just go to your WordPress site and copy this URL till WP3. So this is your base URL of your WordPress site. Just copy the URL of your website from here and paste it over here. And please ensure that you exclude WP admin /WP admin or /WP login.php like these things over here. And you should not enter any slash at the last as it is mentioned over here in the help text. So this is the base URL over here. Now let me enter the credentials of my WordPress account. So here you can see I have entered the credentials of my WordPress account and also the base URL. Now to connect your WordPress account with Pabbly Connect using this method, you have to ensure that you have added the WordPress REST API authentication, this particular plugin in your WordPress site. If not, just add this same plugin in your WordPress site and activate it. And after activating it, you can connect your WordPress site with Pabbly Connect. But adding this plugin into your WordPress site is very important to make the connection. So after adding the plugin and entering all the credentials over here, just click on Save. And as you click on Save, we will see our WordPress account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is post type. And in the drop-down, you can see we have several options: post, page, media, user request, navigation menu items, and a lot more. Out of all of this, because we are going to create a post, we are going to select post over here. Then it is asking us post title. Now here in post title, we are going to enter the exact same blog title which we had in our Google spreadsheet. So here we'll just click on this field, and as you can guess from the drop down from Google Sheet responses, we are going to select the response of the title of the blog and map it. Then here in post content, we are going to map the response of OpenAI which we have received of generated content. So from the drop down from OpenAI responses, ChatGPT responses, we are going to select the message content response and map it. So we had a complete HTML body of the post which we wanted to share on our WordPress site. We have mapped it over here. So we have AI generated content mapped in post content field. Then it is asking us for the slug and the excerpt. So we are not going to enter both of these details. WordPress is automatically generated both of these details. So we are just ignoring it right now. Then it is asking us for the status. So in the drop down, we have multiple status options: publish, future, draft, pending, and private. Now it is suggested that when you generate some content using AI, you should keep it as draft, and then after reviewing it, you should publish it. But if you want, you can select any option of your choice. If you want to create the draft in WordPress for these posts, you can select draft. But because I want to completely automate this process, I'm selecting publish over here. Then it is asking us category ID and tag ID. Now, if you want to add these posts in some kind of category or add some tag to these posts on your WordPress site, you can select it from this drop down. Right now, I have not created any category or tag in my WordPress site. That's why I'm just keeping it blank. Then it is asking us featured media ID. So we have already added the image we wanted to add in our blog post content. That's what we are going to do. We will just turn this mapping button on and clear the default response. And we are going to keep this field as blank. Then under format here, you can see we have multiple options where we are going to select standard. In ping status, we are going to keep it as open, and the comment status is going to be open as well. But all of these fields are optional. You can select any option as per your choice. Then under author ID, you can see we have a list of different WordPress users which we had in our site. You can select any author of your choice. Let's say I want the author of this blog to be demo user. All the blogs which we are posting using this automation, demo user will be the author of those blogs. Then it is asking us sticky, password, date, and date GMT. You can select any option. You can enter any data as per your choice in these fields. After that, just click on save and send test request. Now, when we click on save and send test request here, you can see again within few seconds, we are going to receive some response. But in that response, you will get the link of the blog post. Your blog will be created. The same content which we have generated using AI, using this same content, a blog is posted on our WordPress site. And we have received the response over here. And in this response, you can see we have the same details. We have the same slug and we have this link. So we have the title of the blog or the title of the post as this: 5 ways Pabbly Connect can boost your business efficiency. And we will just copy this link which we have received in response from here and paste it in a new tab. And as you paste it here, you can see the same blog will open in front of us. And here we have it. We have the same title from Google Sheet and we have the same content generated by OpenAI with the image for the blog which we have entered on the same topic which we have entered in our Google spreadsheet. And here you can see we have a complete blog, and we have mentioned that we want to use HTML tag for the formatting of the blog. That's why AI has used HTML format or HTML tags, and we have the blog with the proper formatting and the proper image. So we have successfully created this automation using which every day this automation is going to pick the blog title for that date from our Google Sheet. Using OpenAI, it is going to generate the image and the content of the blog and post that blog on our WordPress site as well. Now, after posting the blog, what we want to do, just for a last step, we want to update the blog URL into the same row of our Google Sheet in front of it. For that, just click on this Add Action Step button for one last time. And then here in Choose App, search for Google Sheets. Just select it. After selecting Google Sheets, in action event from the drop down, because we just want to update a cell value in our Google spreadsheet, we are going to select Update Cell Value as the action event. Just select Update Cell Value over here. Then just click on Connect. And because we have connected our Google Sheets account with Pabbly Connect in the previous step, we don't have to make a new connection. You can just select the existing connection and click on Save. And as you click on Save, we will see our Google Sheets account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, we have to select the same spreadsheet over here and also the same sheet. After selecting both of these details, it is asking us for the range. That what is the range of the cell in which we want to update this URL. So the range of the cell will be column E, but the row number will be keep on changing. So every day we are going to get the topic from a different row. So the row number will be keep on changing, but the column number will be E. So what we are going to do in range, we are going to enter the column E, but we are going to map the response of row number from Google Sheet responses from the previous step. So after doing lookup spreadsheet row, after getting the details of the title and the image prompt using the date, we have received the response of row index, and we are going to map that same response over here. So in this way, we have manually entered the column name in range over here because the column will be saved. But for every day, the row number will be keep on changing. So from Google Sheet responses from previous step response, we have mapped the row number. So in this case, whenever we are going to get the data of whatever row of whatever date in front of that same row in column E, we are going to update the blog URL. Then at last, it is asking us for the value. That what is the value you want to add or update in this Google spreadsheet. So from WordPress, after creating the post, we have received the URL, the link of the post, and we want to update that same link of the post over there. So we are going to just select it and map the response of link over here. And after this, just click on Save and Send Test Request. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we have received the response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that this blog post URL is now updated in this Google spreadsheet in this particular cell. So let's check it. We will go to our Google Sheet, and yes, here you can see this URL is updated in this sheet. We'll just open this URL, and this is the URL of the exact same blog post whose title and image prompt we had in this row over here. So this is the exact same blog over here. This means the automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect, this automation is working perfectly fine. And using this automation, every day this automation workflow will trigger, it will get the current date, and for that particular date, whatever title, topic of the blog we have added in Google Sheet, it will get that title. And using AI, we are going to generate an image and the content for the same topic. And then we are going to post that blog on our WordPress site and update the blog URL back in the Google Sheet automatically. All of this will be done using automation. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this exact same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone this exact same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free.
So if this video was helpful to you, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with others, or if you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can always write us in the comment box below or email us at support@pabbly.com. Also, you can post your queries on our forum as well. And if you want to check the pricing of Pabbly Connect, you can visit this link. So this is it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.